I'm blessed in that I get to speak at conferences in Ireland and overseas fairly frequently. It also means I see the good, the bad and the ugly when it comes to conference speakers. And if you're someone who has been invited to speak at conference, there's a few pitfalls to avoid. First and foremost, of course, as a speaker, as a presenter, our job is to educate the audience, to share some tips and insights with them, to inform them, to give them some information that perhaps they're not aware of. But particularly at conferences, I think there's also the other aspect that sits in with that, not just to educate, but you do need to engage the audience as well. You know, some of the time speakers fall into that old trap of death by PowerPoint, and their information can be very insightful, but there's no engagement. You know, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it, we know that. Second tip to be aware of if you're speaking at a conference is to keep your information genuine and personal to you. And what do I mean by that? Well, it falls under the broader heading of authentic leadership, one of the topics I speak on most frequently. And I've seen far too many people try to be someone else when they're speaking on stage. One of the common pitfalls I see is, you know, people in my business, the motivational speaking business, trying to copy, you know, a style or an approach that someone like Tony Robbins might use. Cloney Robbins, I sometimes call them. And what might work in a stage, like a rock concert in LA, won't work in, let's say, the convention centre in Dublin. So be genuine to you, share some of your own personal stories and insights as well, because that helps engage with the audience. And the last little tip, don't try to cram in too much. You know, audiences are receiving information for the first time, they need a little bit of space to digest it. So if you're someone who's speaking at a conference, or maybe even a conference organizer, hopefully these few tips will be of benefit to you.